But I do want to have a soundboard. I got to get my ish together. Hey, man. Say, man.
Yeah, that should be one of them.
Welcome to another episode of the Stuck in the Middle podcast, because you know it's up and it's stuck. Weekly.
We changing it up.
Weekly.
Every week.
I used to hit the every week, but now it's weekly. Y'all know what it is, man. Before we do anything, we're not moving off of no hi-hat. Oh,
that was actually perfect timing.
I was going to say hi horse. He motivated me to use hi-hat in the moment.
You know, we like to call that a Freudian slip in the psychology
That's exactly
world.
right. Which, by the way, in the psychology world, since you're talking about Freudian slips, are the Freudian slips actually what they felt? Is that truly what they wanted to say? Or is it really truly a message?
No, it's not a message. What it is you just got influenced. You were already speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Hit, hat, same letters. You saw hat. You said hat.
Mm-hmm.
In that moment, your brain was connected with what you were seeing and not
Slips.
what you were thinking to say.
I'm glad you cleaned that up. So many people use Freudian slip as like, well, that's what you meant to say. Literally not. Like, I was not trying to say that at all.
Yeah,
But anyway, can't move off of that until we talk about the fam.
Oh, my bad.
You know I keep them. You know I keep them with me.
Come on, son. Come on, son.
Wait, did I see that video the other day?
Yes, of course. Bro. One of the greatest shows of all time, bro.
Bro, we're talking about Psych. There's a part of the episode where this guy is, if you don't know what Psych is, it's about a show, these psychic detectives. They're not really, anyway.
Yeah, don't ruin it.
Thank you. This guy comes to hire him. He walks in and he's like, I'm a werewolf. They're like, what? And he's like, look, read. And he slaps down the newspaper and Sean goes, these nuts. Because it was like it was advertising like some nut company or whatever.
Yeah, that's funny.
So yeah, every time I see that episode, really, I'll be sitting every single episode. There's so many quotables, bro. And me and Jeremy love that show. Psych is top tier. If we had to
Psych
put
is top tier.
Yeah,
top tier shows of all time, Psych is up there, bro.
Easily up there.
Wait, what type of show? You know,
it doesn't matter. All shows,
it's
it's top tier, and it has a cult following so much so that every
does.
time they drop a movie, because they'll do Psych movies, it always does.
I'm glad you said that.
Really well.
No, it really. I was never like Jeremy was always into it,
bro. From day one, bro.
Yeah, I never got into it.
I might have been like a day 3. You know what I'm saying?
Jeremy was always first on every episode.
I'm not on every show, but
like I was
Nip Tuck.
Yeah. Well, no, because you was always on that.
I put everybody.
Jeremy was the FX god.
No. Hold on.
Jeremy was the FX god,
Slow
bro.
down.
He's the anime
Nip Tuck
guy.
was my baby.
Nip Tuck was Matt.
No.
I put Nip Tuck on Matt.
I went crazy.
Yeah, Matt was definitely Matt was Nip Tuck, Californication.
Come on, bro.
Anything
Showtime.
We don't remember. He put me on.
Yes, come on.
Boardwalk Empire.
Anything HBO, Showtime, anything prime
Any
time.
of them.
We're talking about in the house though. In the house.
Yeah, because you're talking about all the stuff that we
you weren't there.
weren't allowed
You
to
weren't
have.
You were
Graduated 05,
HBO, Showtime, all of them premium channels.
Yeah.
Jeremy was the FX god.
Yeah.
You went to Mercer. Yeah, you cat. Like, what you talking about? Jeremy put us on everything.
Everything that's regular TV.
Nah, Jeremy like Suits.
Rizzoli
He still do that.
Rizzoli and Isles. Yeah,
Burn
bro,
Notice.
You did, sir?
Gas.
Bro, listen.
Did you see the
Suits
new
was
episode
me.
started on Netflix?
Yeah,
Yes.
that was crazy.
Okay, maybe I'm late.
Bro, Suits was
Burn
me.
Notice was tough too.
Burn Notice was gas.
I didn't get a chance to get into that.
Yeah,
I
Burn
need to
Notice
watch
tough.
it.
Yeah,
Yo,
look,
that
we
one.
just-
Yeah, I know Burn Notice.
White collar.
White collar tough. My
Nah, I
dad
was
used to talk
a
about that every day.
CW guy. You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
into all the
Yeah,
CW.
CW.
I thought you were gonna hit it
It's
with
a gossip over there.
With the W,
Hey, but y'all know there is official social cues, man. I feel like we just took a left turn down.
We did. My bad. Go
Memory
ahead.
lane.
Official
Well,
social
no, I
cue.
think we went down Press Next podcast lane.
we really did, bro. And I'm really excited to say we're back.
New episode.
Hey.
We're back.
Hey, weekly.
Hey, we're back, bro. It's gonna be lit. Go ahead.
What were we doing? Oh, intro.
Who are you
Coach
today?
F.
Coach F.
I'm Coach F today.
I like Higher Ed Fred though, bro.
You said
I am
You did the name squad?
I am Higher Ed Fred, but Higher Ed Fred is pissed right now, so we gonna be Coach F.
Oh yeah,
You
chill
heard him
out.
say the names?
No, I literally said I started with me.
He said the official
That's all
social
you.
B
cues.
Will Cook.
Oh, he was good.
Locked in, man. Always.
The resident unicorn.
There you go.
Cori from Cori's Corner. This is my pup Perry. I also see a mosquito floating around here. Oh, it's sitting on that couch right there. I just want to.
Where? Oh,
right
I
next,
see it.
Right
I see
next to
it.
Brian. You see
Bro,
it?
he trying to tune in. He a Stucky.
Yeah.
No, because if he, bro, if
Because
I
now
get ate up,
mosquitoes are suckies.
Nah, he's stuck.
I
He's stuck on
want to
blood.
suck your blood.
Yeah, he's gonna be out of there.
Okay, Hotel Transylvania.
Right? Guys, we're a pop
Bro, now
culture
I can't
podcast.
unsee this mosquito, bro.
No. Well,
He
crush
chilling
it.
with me.
No,
right,
no,
what we
all right. Then you get
He
ate
gonna
up.
buzz
You
around
going
you.
you going over here looking like
He-
old school
get
with the
West
Calamine
Nile.
lotion.
What would a mosquito say on the podcast? Like, man, everybody hates us, but we just trying to eat, man. We just like y'all out here trying to get what y'all get so y'all can eat. We trying to eat too, man. But everybody
Hey,
don't
boy.
like.
Is there a better feeling? Top 5 feeling in the world is catching the mosquito right when they land, so that you don't get the welt and you pop and you look and you see the blood. It's not top 5 feelings.
You missed me with the blood part. It's the top 5 feeling without the blood.
I think
Like
the
you-
fly.
like
I think the
achievement.
fly. I think the
Of
fly's over
achievement?
there.
Meaning like you
Yeah,
outsmarted
catching
the
a
mosquito.
fly.
Top 5
Catching a
is a
fly.
big top 5, bro. So I think that would be a top 10.
You think so?
I
Because
would
it's
put
a
like
too many
top 50.
mosquitoes.
If we did two
Yeah, top
top
50.
50,
It's like you
that's
top
finally
50.
outsmarted the mosquito.
But they're not
It's
that
so
smart.
many.
They're
It's
that
so
smart.
many.
No, but it's because you're so like this is how I see it. You're so you know they're there. We live in Texas. You know we have mosquitoes. We get this right. But there's a moment in your head where you're like, I'll be able to see it coming.
To prove that point, to prove the point is wrong. The mosquito was just chilling. I can just grab him.
Yeah,
We're
I mean,
good.
I just
Yeah, they get especially when
Flies
they
is
start.
tough.
Yeah, flies.
You get a
They got so
fly,
many.
you feel like
Yeah.
you did something
Hey,
big,
but
boy.
look, did you see that TikTok about how
They
someone
can't see
said
white?
they can't see white, and so now you just
Oh, yeah,
gotta
yeah,
kill
yeah,
them with a
yeah.
Yeah,
paper
hit it
towel?
with a paper towel. They can't see.
Hey, no. Can you
I'm
explain this
not-
to me real
That's
quick?
tough.
Oh, you just made a move.
I know, bro. Look, I was scared.
Finna get sucked on.
Oh
Anyway, go ahead,
my
bro.
God.
No, bro, explain something to me. I saw like a glimpse of it. I was like, I'm not even going to dissect it. Let them explain it. What did the Sprite, I didn't get the Sprite thing you put in the IG. You know the video? You don't remember?
I gotta look. I don't remember.
How you
That's
seen the
what you
videos? Yeah, how you
No,
seen the
it was
videos?
a
I
Sprite.
just ended a whole bunch
He
of
said
stuff.
something
together.
feels like Sprite. It feels like you're drinking a Sprite from McDonald's. I was like, what is he talking about?
Oh, bro,
Yes.
hold on, because I
I'm
gotta
sorry,
go to
I
the
gotta
Because the
go
thing
to
made sense
hilarious.
though.
Yes.
Well,
What was
explain
it?
what it is.
I know what you're talking
They
about,
said it
but
felt like McDonald's Sprite. This is the McDonald's Sprite of whatever, right?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what the
but
caption
I
was?
know what you. I just want to make sure I'm not wrong. What y'all trying
But
to
hold on,
explain.
can you explain what is the video?
We finna
He has
you
one.
finna-
I'm about to
you
pull it
finna
up right
pull it
now.
up right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
cool.
he
'Cause
said.
Cori
He
responded.
said. This is hilarious. He said, "I don't know how to explain it, but hotel air conditioning is the
yeah,
McDonald's
yeah,
Sprite of AC."
Hey,
Yes, bro.
Okay, hold on.
The accuracy
Is
is
it because
perfect.
when you drink it, it got that?
It got
Chris,
that.
Okay. I was like, okay,
There's
I know.
nothing
when you
more-
walk into that room,
It hit.
Yeah.
There's bro.
That hotel AC.
Hotel AC
It's
is
the
the
greatest
best
AC of all time.
Bruh.
of all time.
but
Even when it leak, even with the little drip.
it's almost like you're addicted because you got to go back to that first door open, that first door swing.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
When you,
man.
when
Yeah,
that
bro.
AC hits you,
No, but
That thing loud.
nowadays it's different though, and they used to be some punks. Nowadays they like lower the temperature. I mean, they raise the temperature
Yeah,
until you get in there, and then you got.
Man,
Man, they
it's
gotta
like-
save,
Big old
man.
I don't care. Look,
Except
I want
shout out to
when I
Caesar's
walk home.
Palace. It was colder than
I'm about to
mud.
say, not at them 200 and up nights.
All these people faint. I bet they gonna cut the air up now.
Hey, listen, I made 209. I
Thanks
need
to
my
Boeing.
AC on.
Bro, yeah, you crazy with that.
Hey, but
Yeah,
look,
My
look.
bad. My bad, Stucky. I just had to ask.
No, that's
that's
smart.
serious though, because it's
This
true.
This is exactly why we're here, guys. We're a pop culture podcast. We show up every single week to give our takes on pop culture. And
Bruh.
pop culture could be a lot of anything, but we do it in 4 segments. We give us a Stucky recap first. From there, we move on to Stucky Situations. Mainly, what happened?
It's right here, bro. But see the risk I take if I smack this mosquito.
Listen,
is
the
I can
the
mute-
reward is definitely not enough.
No, because that's what I'm saying. Because I can mute
see
it.
that
No,
risk?
yes, it is.
Yeah, he's watching it.
Now I say top 5 annoying sounds is when you sleep and you hear the.
Oh, I can't. Because then it's almost like a nightmare.
It is because then you got
Because when you
turn
turn the light on,
all the lights.
yeah, you turn the light on,
You
and
gotta cut on all the lights, and then you know you can't go to sleep because if you go to sleep, you get ate
he's
up.
right back.
He said
He
it
right
is a
back.
nightmare.
All
What?
right, so let me say how maniacal I am. I just sacrificed my ankles. I put the ankles out
No,
there.
bro, that's the worst.
That's the worst place
that
to get.
ankle's
Bro,
the worst
Worse
place
than
to
your
get,
back, the back of your neck, your
He
arms.
bargaining
you
with
tripping.
that.
Hey,
He bargaining with the insects.
I'm
boy.
out there with it.
Nah, I'm sorry. That,
He said he bargained. He goes
The
stick his
ankle's
leg
the
out.
worst,
Like,
boy.
just, look, take me right here.
Yeah,
Don't
just
touch
give me-
me.
You know
all
why?
day-
You know why I
all
like
day
the
you gonna be doing
ankles?
that.
You know why I like the ankles, bro? Because I don't have to wake up to scratch. Like I could be asleep and hit them.
The calluses, bro, with your rough ass feet. That's terrible.
Hey, I'm keeping
No,
it
because
real.
when
y'all.
you,
Yeah.
if it's your face, you
no,
gotta.
let me
gotta
tell you
wake
why.
up, do
But
all
here's
that
why.
extra, bro.
Here's why it's the
Man,
worst.
stop.
If you're allergic like me, I have bad reaction to mosquito bites. My whole right here will turn bright red, right? And get
Oh,
big.
bet. Yeah, bet.
If I have to walk, I gotta stop every 2 steps to
Yep.
scratch.
Yeah.
If I'm on an arm or somewhere else, I could walk and scratch, bro.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Same
It's
boy.
I
good.
hate when he tells stories. I'm like, dang, we family. Like,
Yeah,
I
we
might
really-
be, he's probably coming on my way.
Hey,
It's right around the
we
corner
the
from
same
me.
way, boy.
Yeah, I didn't used to be, but nowadays.
If I'm ever asleep and like I hear that noise, bro, cut the TV on, make sure the bug attract to the TV light, and then go kill it up there.
Yeah.
Genius.
Bro.
See how we get unstuck? Simple.
Life of a bro.
Yeah, exactly. Well, after we talk about our Stucky situations, we move on and see what's stuck and stupid in the world.
Oh god.
And if it's too much, we put it on the wheel. At the very end, Cori gets us unstuck. We have a little vulnerable,
Yeah,
Conversation,
man. You know what I'm saying?
typically.
Shadow work with Cori.
we do some shadow work. Then we get up out of here. That's it. It's about an hour and a half. Stick with us. You guys been doing great. By the way, this is 38
7.
or 7.
7.
Wow, 37.
Any football players or basketball players you think of on top of your head right now? 37.
Oh, number wise?
Yeah, number one.
Oh, that's tough.
Okay.
Name
you
a
shouldn't feel
football player or a basketball player. With
I got it with my feet.
Number 37. There's
Yep.
another mosquito in here. There's
37.
Ah, dang, bro.
Ron Artest?
They don't have to be popular though,
Oh,
because that's kind of tough.
37.
What was his number in
Isn't that a game we
LA?
played?
First off, when he was
We
37,
did play.
when he was
Yeah,
meta,
that was
we
tough.
did.
That's why
Oh,
I
my
got it
bad.
from.
My bad. I said Ron Artest. It was
I'm about to say
It
he
was
was
Meta
meta.
World
He was
Peace.
meta at 37.
Meta
Yeah,
World
call him
Peace.
Meta. We might
Yeah,
give
he's
you
a-
a cup.
Bro, could he what do you call it? Could he copyright meta?
I don't know,
Get money
but
off
real,
of that?
but
No,
real quick.
give me
Hold on. I don't know,
Oh, yeah,
real
it's
quick.
probably too late.
Can somebody fact check me on that? Was it really 37?
I have
So
a
I feel
phone.
like a goat. We should play that towel game.
We should.
Check me real quick. If that was
should
a
play
real
in
number,
Vegas for money.
put me on the towel.
Hey, who was the greatest 47 player?
47.
Yep, he was 37.
Andre Karolinko.
AK.
It's like when you
AK
say
was
47, it sounds so like great.
Yeah.
Immediately I
No,
thought Jackie was
Karolinko.
42, I think.
Karolinko. Well, what's the Week-cap real quick?
Yeah, what y'all stuck on?
Stuck on Jeremy.
Stucky
You
Week-cap.
first.
For me, I'm
By the
stuck
way,
on.
No more maintenance problems.
No, we
Watch
need
it, look.
them. We need them.
I guess
Maintenance.
We need them. This is all
Okay.
proof. It's
Nah, I'm just
documented
playing.
proof.
Nah,
Yeah, documented
yeah.
proof.
This is
I was
us.
stuck on
Another
maintenance.
one?
Y'all heard the story last week. They still ain't got it done.
Of course not.
37
I'm
weeks we've
ready
been telling
to,
you about this.
I'm ready to call up some lawyers. But anyway,
Saucy.
also I'm stuck on just work, keeping busy. Man, just cases are like ramping up. Summertime flings, I guess, are happening.
Say, bro, I don't know. I feel like with your line of work, saying that cases are ramping up and
It's
calling
not
them
good.
summertime
Flings.
flings probably.
It's not good.
That's what it is, but that's literally what it is.
That's
like
true.
I'm getting a ton of cases because of summertime
So because
dating
of summertime
issues.
flings.
Yeah,
Don't you?
Bro, it just be so crazy how stuff connect like that. 'Cause
that's
I'm like,
bro.
What
my
Stephen A.
job,
say?
you
I mean,
can
it's not
literally-
wrong.
That's a cue.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. You can time it to like
You can
seasons.
time it.
You can time it to like certain aspects of life/school/ whatever. Like,
What?
I get a ramp of cases first month of school.
It's a
Why?
fancy word.
Why? Because these people are meeting each other for the first time. They
Also,
trying to spark.
They think that
Listen.
college means smashing.
yeah,
That makes
It don't.
sense.
No,
Secondly,
but that's my point.
Wait, secondly,
Everybody's stuck.
I thought he was gonna say, "I had to do this because of the regs."
That too.
Regs.
You saw the
Yes.
law?
The law, the reg.
Yeah,
that's
somebody-
another thing I'm stuck
Yeah.
on, bro. Everybody and their mom trying to sue
Trying
the
to
government.
sue and block it in the.
So I'm literally stuck in La La Land, like, okay, well, it's 2024 and I still have to follow 2020 regulations. And I was supposed to start August 1st, but now they're suing the government. So that's going
There's a
to,
hold on that.
and
We
that's a
can
whole-
see.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
so
So
we're going
you-
to sit there and just be like,
So
okay.
low key, you getting like low key. It's good that they're suing the government, right? Because
No.
No,
That's what I was about to
because
say.
how it works, because we got to remember, we work in seasons, basically like an academic year, right? So if you put in policy and regulations now, summertime, you're trying to use that time to gear up for the next academic year.
Oh,
Right
God.
on.
So when
That makes
academic year comes, you have a policy and procedures that are taken in place for the whole year. So if they put a stay on it now and then end up dropping in October, all the work you could have done in the summer now in a regular,
up.
you exactly.
And
it's
what makes it
election
worse.
year.
Yeah, well, that too. And what makes it worse is, let's say, I'm just going to be very far fetched, but super quick. If something, let's say that they finally release the regs, all the lawsuits are done, and there's like, BS, this is what it is. All regs must be effective by November 1st. Okay. Everything that happened from up until November 1st has to fall under 2020 regs. So I have to keep the old regs and the new regs active at the same time. Whereas
That's crazy.
August 1st, before students actually get here, Like, if it starts on
make the
August
switch.
1st, I can retroactive, but I'm not getting old cases after August 1st. I'm getting only the new stuff.
So low key, people could low key get away from doing a quote unquote crime.
and then
because-
imagine not you get away.
It's just how it's handled. Yeah.
And imagine
Yeah.
doing somebody who got somebody who did something October 31st may get different justice than somebody who did something November 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
So are
Well,
you basically
that's
like the
what I was
arbitrator?
saying.
Like you're saying, hey, if they did a crime, you did this, and you're going here. You're doing that.
I mean, that's very, very like intense version of it, but yeah.
But yeah. If you had to put it A to B equals C.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, that's very intense version of
down,
it.
my bad.
Hey, I slow down in the highways at TCC, cut.
You sure couldn't be my resident assistant boy. I'd been kicked out.
There's many people
I'd
who
been kicked out.
I bet you people who work under you be like, man, Jeremy's here.
I just messed up first. I was
Tighten
like,
up.
Nah, I'm. It's not even me that they got to worry about. It's not people who work under me. It's the people who are just my customers, the students and faculty and staff. That's who it is. Like need to be worried.
I'm just
when I work in cases,
I know you're a good.
they ain't
employee.
gonna. People don't like me because I'm too good at it. That's what it is. I'd be digging up stuff and be like, "Oh, how'd you figure that out?"
Well, it's not a pretty position. It's
No,
like
not at all.
yeah, it's
It's
like
very
being a
thankless.
judge or
Yeah.
you gotta be the person that gotta be
You know,
holding people accountable.
I used to have a friend that was a DA. And going in, they thought, oh, this is gonna be a life-changing job. I'm gonna save some people's lives. I'm gonna
All right.
Yeah. And I said a couple years into it, they were like, I feel soulless. I'm like,
No, well, and I'm not gonna lie. If there's one like aspect of my work that I love but hate at the same time, it's that like students have the ability to. If I were to say that I'm expelling a student, it's not the end of the world for them. Like they can just go to another school.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a little bit harder for them to go to another school, but they can go to another school. But with faculty and staff, if they're found responsible, it most likely means I'm firing them.
Yeah, it's family.
And that's like that's impacting their families.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying?
In
So
higher
like,
education, bro.
You get therapy? Like you get free therapy or whatever?
EAP.
yeah, but it's not like
EAP,
free.
that's
You
yeah.
get to like go in there and cry and vent and all that?
No,
Oh,
EAP.
and I
Hey,
don't
look,
want to. And here's the thing: when it comes to like my line of work, and if you know about CYA and stuff like that, like you don't want to do EAP because
No.
they got
No.
impact, they got their hands
100%.
and stuff. So you got to go private, which
No,
means
just go get your
Oh,
own.
yeah.
nah.
You can't.
Because they're connected to the
you give-
employer. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was
Figure that
emotionally
out.
attached to this thing.
Figure that
Oh,
out.
you were emotionally
Figure that
attached.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, because
Yeah,
at the end of the day, therapy sessions are private, blah, blah, blah. But who do they work for? If they work for
They work for
your
the man.
school
Or they're
or your
connected,
company,
yeah.
them records ain't as quiet as you think they are.
Yeah.
So, go private.
That was a
Yeah, they can be as long as you follow in suit, but most people don't. There's so many rules, and
Facts.
EAP is hard to follow, and they just one slip up, and you
Yep.
just
So, it's not
Well,
working.
I always say, go get your own therapy, boy.
And that's what I do.
Yeah.
Speaking of therapy, let me popcorn therapy.
I'm quitting my job.
Hey, what?
You know, it's just it got to get to the point where you got to know your value.
Okay, wait, pause. Are you quitting Be With Cooks?
No,
No, never.
Oh, okay,
This-
okay. Because that,
See, it's
because that's
on
the
me.
job.
He said,
It's
"Be
on
with
me.
Cooks is what I.
This
it's
is
who
the
I am."
business. This is the reason.
Yeah.
You know, you got to know your value, man.
That's
and
right.
you know when stuff makes sense, it makes sense, and that's just what it is. But yeah, I'm
Shout out
quitting
to
my
Be With
job.
Cooks. Shout out
That's
to Be
it.
With Cooks. You know?
I keep my stuff quick. I don't want to tap in too much because you could just go to YouTube, sign up on the
There
membership
we go.
program, and you get that behind the scene. When I say I'm about to go hard, it's extraordinary.
Listen, right now you can
So-
get a burger for $12.
What are you talking about?
$7 gets you Be With Cooks content.
Yeah. Oh, we'll probably go.
You can eat a burger. It's done in 15 minutes.
I gotta think of a company to do that.
Or you can make a
Five
burger
Guys.
the way the way Be With Cook shows you how to make it.
Yeah, but does a $12 burger last you 30 days? No, $7 does.
Well, that would be a promo. In other words, he's saying like I could really go to Five Guys,
And get a basic
get them
burger.
making that burger for
Come on.
$12.
Come on.
Oh, you can just I'm getting
Yeah, stop. Or you can just watch.
But
our
anyway,
stuff.
no, that's it, man. It's sometimes you just got to know your value. You got to, especially when I'm working for, to be transparent. The money that I'm getting paid is just, you wouldn't even, if I told people what I was making right now, you would laugh at me. But,
Nah, yeah. It's good value regardless.
you know, sometimes you just got to make that leap. Sometimes, like a lot of the times, I think that we get stuck in this fear, not a fear of doing something. I think we make fear choices in like a budget mindset. Like if I don't have the money here, the money doing this or this or this or this, I can't do this, and that's not real. So I just gotta show the people it's not real. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you win too.
Or who you
Yeah,
popcorning?
Oh, we popcorn to the Press Next.
Oh,
Press Next
man.
podcast. You know, he said it was coming back, baby.
We are coming back. We've been watching so much content. We got a lot of stuff lined up for people.
Mm-hmm.
So
Y'all doing movie parties? So what we doing?
yeah, no,
Movie
we
parties?
are. That is a thing. Watch parties, movie
I'm lit.
parties.
I'm
like
lit.
October's gonna be a big month as we always do.
Halloween,
It's a
baby.
horror
You
month.
see, you love movies. Oh,
So-
Yeah,
what's up?
Halloween.
Big
I'm down.
time.
Bro,
That's
that'd
big
be,
time
that'd be
movie
low-key
hit, bro.
live. Like, to
Like a
just,
movie party?
yeah, with all of us, just
Yeah,
that'd be
100%,
hella
bro.
live.
You
It
know,
would,
like
it would be trash if I'm there though. 'Cause you know me, I'd be talking through it. Why did he
Well, I'll
do
be
that?
sleep.
And
I'll
you
be
would get
sleep.
kicked
You know what I mean?
out.
Like,
You would get
your
kicked
senior
out.
loves movies, bro. She
so
really
it's fun.
does.
We've been, and then there's one thing I'm gonna give it up. Like Katie loves book clubs. She's in different book clubs, but she's gonna start her own thing too. That's called Book Club, Movie Club. So she's doing movies that are so you got a club where you read a book and you watch the movie. That might take a
Blog or
little longer.
videos? You doing videos?
She'll be doing. Well, yeah, we'll break down. So
Oh,
we'll have
okay.
different packages and types of content. So of course you can get some clips in full length on YouTube, but there's other segments as well.
I got one right now.
What's up?
Things in the book that ain't in the movie, or vice versa.
That's
their
for like
two series
easy,
right there.
yeah. If you're doing quick content and stuff like
Yeah.
that, sure, that would be great. She would kill that. But she's basically, trying to form a group of people who will spend the time over the years reading 2 or 3 books and then also accompanying watching the movie and having their discussions and stuff like that.
Targeting the audience.
I'm not reading them books, so I'm not a
Period.
part of that. She loves books, so she would be a part of that. But we just sat down and we're like, how can we get back to what we love doing, but also be giving value to the people who are avid listeners and stuff like that. So it was also, God's timing because people started reaching out like,
Hey, where you guys at?
not even that, we're like, oh, they're still reaching out on a movie tip. You know what I'm saying? If I post one thing on a story, people go crazy on a story. So, and plus the movies are back.
Yes,
I
yes.
say that Bad Boys.
Bro.
Yeah, it's tough.
Bad
I haven't
Boys.
seen it
I
yet, but I've
almost
seen
want to
the
put it up there
trailer
with Bad
stuff.
Boys 2, bro. I
Gas.
almost wanted to it's like kissing Bad Boys 2.
Bro, I'll go with you on that one. That's for
yes,
real.
bro. I immediately wanted to watch it again. Immediately.
yep,
If I could have turned around and bought another ticket, I'd have bought another ticket to watch it again.
The number said it.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
it
bro.
was
Like,
it was good. Like they did a
Because
I was
damn
more
good
impressed
job.
with the behind this, like what they were doing
their
for the
marketing
marketing.
was
just
insane,
incredible,
bro.
That
boy.
budget was crazy.
That's how you
Linking up
market.
with Kabi. Come on, dude.
That-
It's just.
but some of them, I ain't gonna give it away. But that's how you do it, bro.
Yeah,
They
that's how you do it.
recognize I gotta go to where the people are. So we can't just do the posters
We can't just go to
the
the
commercials.
we can't go
No,
to
bro.
the
Show
panels.
They
clips
hit-
of it being
yes.
made. Did you see the one with Will
They hit
Smith
the-
with the thing on?
the snorri cam.
Mhm.
Yeah, that okay.
What in the world is that?
Well, he's a video guy.
If you're in,
Oh, it flipped out.
What is it?
My bad. It's my fake tooth. No, it's a piece of gum. It's a piece of gum.
Oh,
I don't want to be
what?
smacking on the mic.
I
Pause.
was like, hold on,
Oh,
bro.
I was
over here like, where the heck did that come from?
Okay, I had to say it.
Nah,
I had
nah,
to.
you're
I had
good.
no choice. That one I couldn't smack. I couldn't smack on the mic.
No, I feel you. I feel you. I
That's-
feel you.
No,
Yeah,
man, listen,
snap that
I
one.
got another one of those comments too. Like, you guys got to chill out. And I was like, what it is now we're kind of trailering over to the men. Like our content's going that way.
Yeah.
So we're just saying a bunch of pauses, but it'd be worthy in my mind. Smacking
sorry,
on
we'll
the mic,
get
that's
better.
tough.
We'll get better. We'll get better. Back to what I
I'm
was
sorry.
talking.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
The
guys.
snorri can thing is like if you're a movie buff, like people do it all the time. Martin Lawrence was in the same scene, used the same shot. They do that all the time. But it's
Okay.
cool to see as a movie lover, if you love movies, it's really cool to see how they shoot stuff.
That's
right.
what I'm saying.
And for them, they don't really like to reveal that because it's so like a lighting technique is so if Matt comes up, this is how serious they are, bro.
It is.
If Matt, as a DP, the director of photography, they're basically the person who is responsible for how everything looks, what lens is being used, what format is being shot in, how it's being lit, all of that. And if Matt came up with a special technique of how to light this scene,
I'm
and
not
that's
telling
what
nobody.
caused it
Yeah.
to feel the way it did,
giving it
he don't want everybody to know what the
You got
technique
that all
is.
right.
So they don't like rolling. They don't like rolling that back. But what Bad Boys did, which wanted to make you go see it, was they took. It's a world where we want to see everything, bro. Let some of the curtain fall. You ain't got to give us all the ins and outs. We're probably not even gonna be able to replicate it.
and that's where I was going to get at. It's what you said that one time with yours. They ain't gonna do the work anyway.
They're not gonna do the
They're
work.
not gonna
Don't
do
matter.
it.
They're not gonna do the
I'm
work.
not a big movie lover, but because I saw the behind the scenes and when he was on top of that car and they were interacting with the people, I was like, man, I gotta go see this. ASAP.
Right, you got to go see because
I
you
gotta
like
see it
because
ASAP.
it's interesting.
It was
I
packed
saw
out.
that. Let me see what they do with it.
Yeah.
And then the movie was cool. I've also been stuck on Dang, what was I finna say? I was gonna say I was stuck on beat your ass and hide the Bible, the guy watching.
You talking about every time you scroll, you saw the concert.
Why you take mine, bro?
Every time you scroll, you saw the concert, right?
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Hold on.
Bro,
You
that
think
was
the man
every
make you
time-
disrespect Pac, nigga?
Yeah.
That
It was hard,
concert
wasn't it?
was so
You got goosebumps?
fire.
I got
Oh, yeah,
goosebumps,
yeah,
boy.
the whole time.
There was you could just feel.
Like you were there.
And here's what I will say, and everybody knows this. I love Kendrick. I'm a huge Kendrick fan.
Mhm.
I love J. Cole. I'm a huge J. Cole fan.
Mm.
I love Drake. I'm a huge Drake fan.
Mhm.
And I think when Kendrick said, it's just Big Me, we were thinking rap.
Mhm.
Yes.
Nah.
It is
Impact.
very clearly,
Mhm.
head and shoulders, Kendrick is the person who got his thumb on the game.
They're
Mhm.
bar for bar out there.
Got his thumb on the game.
And he was
He
clear. He
has-
was clean.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Bar for bar out there. They were saying
I mean,
bar for
he
bar.
was smart to rehearse, and so what he did was, and this is just geek talk right now, because I know people that listen to the concerts, they're not caring about what I'm about to say, but he just did enough rehearsals to know when he ran out of breath and when to fill in that breath
For sure.
with the
100%.
crowd.
I mean, there was some times where he did mess up the lyrics. And he also
Yeah, but-
changed lyrics too.
yeah, but
which
that
made
to
sense.
me was impacting. That was an impact from the moment,
Right.
Like I don't
And
think
not
he,
like he wasn't a seasoned rapper or something.
That's, I
Right.
think he was just in the middle, which also is impressive to have a billion people on stage
and be
rapping.
Thank you.
Wild.
Okay,
Getting
but
pushed,
as somebody
getting
facts,
pushed and
Wild.
everything.
as
Come
somebody
on, man.
who has done it before,
Wild.
that is
Insane.
that's
It's
hard,
hard.
bro.
That's
You
insane.
just walk. I remember. Come on, guys. Just,
That's
just tell
hard.
the truth. He
There's
used to be
so
a
many
rapper.
distractions.
Oh,
He used to
my
rap.
God.
Sir
Yeah.
Thomas, go look him up.
Yeah,
There's the guy. He
I don't know if
never
it's
wants
still
to
there.
talk about it.
I don't
But
know if it's still there.
when you're
But
on
it was-
stage, you barely moved.
Bro, it
Why?
was
Because
like,
if
it's hard.
bro,
Breath.
I'm trying to focus.
You have to focus.
yeah, I'm
And
literally
those
locked
are
in.
bars in that
he's
song.
going
Like, how's he
crazy.
doing
It
this?
was
Oh
just-
my gosh, she was.
it was
too
what
much.
a
you see the
moment for
scissor
hip hop.
The
Yeah,
scissor-
yeah.
Oh man.
I thought he was gonna bring his out.
Me
But
too.
Real talk, real talk.
Me
because he was
too.
bringing out pretty much everybody from TDE.
I
so
thought he was
was
gonna bring
like,
out Future for a second when he didn't like that. If
No,
he would
me
have
too.
brought Future out the ground,
That'd
I
have been
would
crazy.
have fell out.
That'd have been crazy.
I would have.
But you know,
If Future came out the ground, I was like, oh,
facts.
yeah.
'Cause that's one of my favorite
It's
Future
too
verses
much,
of all
bro.
time.
Oh my goodness.
But it was just such a moment, bro. I mean, it was as a hip hop fan.
Yeah.
One, it just was like, damn, I wish I was from LA just for this, right?
Just
It made you feel like you wanted to be from LA.
Yeah.
But as a hip hop head, as a hip hop fan,
It was beautiful, man.
It
it
was
was amazing. And that's not even, of course, when we talk about all the sets
Mhm.
that had to come together to do this.
Crazy. That's what I was saying.
And there's going to be things that I'm never going to be able to understand because I'm not from LA.
Mm-hmm.
That was a
So
big moment.
I can only imagine how even more, if it was to the umpteenth degree for me, I'm sure for those who are from LA,
Crazy.
that was even more.
That's
One
why
of
you
the
could-
greatest
that's-
moments. It was one of
yeah.
the greatest moments
And
of all
all
time.
I could think
Yeah.
about to myself was, I need to get more locked in with
Mhm.
DFW artists.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to see the same from Memphis. I want to see the same from Atlanta. I want to see the same from Detroit. I want to see the same from New York. I want to see the same from Florida. Because
But you got to
If-
king somebody to do that.
I immediately
Facts.
thought here.
Facts.
I
You
was
gotta
like,
king
bro, we
somebody.
need a moment like this in Dallas.
But the
Fort
thing
Worth.
is,
well, we had it though.
I was telling Cori the
Yeah.
last time we had something like this was 07. We had a Summer Jam, and this was Wayne and Jeezy, and it was in Dallas. It was at the now I don't know what is it's not Verizon Theater no more. It's called something else, right?
Oh yeah, from way back in the day.
Yeah.
Because it used to be Nokia Live.
Yeah,
right?
it was
Yeah.
Nokia Live at the
I
time.
think it's Spectrum Stadium or something.
Oh,
Somebody-
that's
yeah.
weird.
Something stupid.
I'm
it's
not
by the
saying-
tracks.
They just they just keep
Yeah.
That's where we
buying
used
that.
to
graduated. That's where we got
Yeah.
graduated.
Yeah,
That's where I
they
walked the
keep
stage.
getting bought out.
I was on the same stage.
Well,
as
now
Wayne.
they graduate in the stadiums, like it's in the baseball stadium. Anyway, so they did Summer Jam, and that summer they had Wayne and Jeezy. Well, they had openers for Wayne and Jeezy, and we're in Dallas. At one point, they had Tum Tum on there, and
Crazy.
Tum brought all of the. I'm talking about Fort
Or
Worth.
DSR.
I'm talking about Black, Twisted Black. I'm talking about everybody
remember
from
that,
DFW. So that little hour and a
That was a
half was like crazier. And I'm saying this because I was in the house. I was literally there. That hour and a half was crazier than the Wayne response. And I mean that from my heart. I got people that will agree with me that were there. It was, I felt like the roof was going to come off when they played Tussle. When they played Tussle, I thought
big record.
the whole place was going to drop. I ain't never seen that many people moving like this.
Man, what a record.
And the crazy part, we can pull it up on YouTube, by the way.
Yeah.
I
We need
yeah.
that, like, and I was telling you, like, I'm mad I missed that. And now I feel like with DFW artists, we just don't be embracing the new artists. Shout out to Jason Lyric. he crazy.
Yeah, always
He
has. That.
wild. But there's a bunch of artists in DFW that are good, but we just don't be, as a culture, embracing them.
Yeah.
And part of it is, and I've been a part of the music scene, you know this, part of it is there's so much jealousy because I don't really feel like a lot of people break out of Dallas.
Yeah, we
So
haven't
if
had a
it
king
starts
yet.
to see, you know what I'm saying?
We need a king. I've been saying it.
And
Bobby Sessions.
we
No,
gotta get
and
that
I'm not
thought
disrespecting
process.
Bobby Sessions. Yeah.
We gotta get that thought process. Like we gotta go to New York, Atlanta, and all these spots. When they come here to get their records.
But it's also a growth. I mean, you know, me chiming in on this, but like, it's also a growth mindset of like, artists are like, I need to be the top, right? Or I gotta be this.
No, you have to.
But I can't promote anybody else, like, which I think is detrimental. In
Yeah,
all
that
the
is
music
another. Yeah,
industry.
you're
You know what
right.
I'm
That
saying?
is
If you're
another
talking
thing.
about DFW,
Yeah, you're right.
You gotta
That's
be okay
big.
with someone
That is
else
big.
being good too. Like,
That's what I'm saying. That's in other cities, that's how it be.
mm-hmm.
It'd be like, you go to Atlanta, bro, and everybody can get on Atlanta because everybody love each other. And if you cold, you cold. We go with da-da-da-da. And here, that's not the that's not the culture.
Well, because there's no, I'm gonna say it again. There's no king on the front or the back end.
But I'm saying,
Yeah, if we
where
had,
we're
if
at
we had,
now,
like, okay, Atlanta has QC.
No, Dallas local
Okay,
that's
got
what
it
I'm
with
saying.
Bay
Yeah, like,
Bay
there's
and
no,
K104.
there's no, like,
there has to be
label-
somebody that's
there is.
Who?
It's just it's real small, but they're like Babe. Like when try to throw a concert in Dallas for
without
right now,
Bebe.
Without Bebe touching
And-
K104,
and
they
before-
would throw another concert just to
Hey,
make sure yours go down.
100%.
Baby, I
Baby
ran
is-
into him
this
one
thing is
time on the
massive impact.
I ran into him one time on the street, and that man had me laughing for 20 minutes straight.
Oh, he's hilarious.
Baby is
I met him
hilarious.
once.
Dog.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
to me, and I'm not saying nothing disrespectful about none of these people, Bobby Sessions, Bebe, none of these people. I'm saying, like, can we actually say that they're the kings of Dallas to the point where we just say no? When we say Dallas, like when I say Tum Tum, when I say DSR, there's no question that we're talking about.
Big Tug.
Yeah, Big
All
Tub.
we got is Beezy, Yellow Beezy. That's
Okay, yeah, but you
Mo
see what I'm
3.
saying? There's no.
Yeah.
We're
But
talking
even
about
he
a top
got
tier.
like, and I love Yellow Beezy,
he
but
fell
like,
off, bro.
it
Let's just
gotta
call it
also
what it
be.
is.
No, I wouldn't even say that. He has so much motion that he's connected to everybody, and I
That's
know
right.
this. Right?
Yeah.
And he's cool enough that like I talk to him on Twitter all the time, and he be responding. Right.
Yeah.
But what I think is important, and what has to also happen, there's got to be kings with that have no heat on them.
Well, that's hard out here.
Yella got too much heat, bro.
I think the one that was gonna be the one was Mo, but he.
Oh my
yeah,
God,
yeah,
for
Mo
sure.
was finna be that
Mo
one.
3 crazy.
Yeah, he was about to be that one.
You know the one that I think though?
The Stucky. Oh my bad.
Nah, yeah, I mean, because we ain't got his Week-cap, so I feel like your Week-cap would be the one.
I mean, you guys kind of filled it in for me because my Week-cap was gonna be about the concert because it was just one of the most amazing moments
Yeah,
of
it
my
was
life.
Incredible, bro.
I mean,
Well,
I'll tell you the best part was when they had 1,000 people on stage because it was like they had 1,000
That's
points.
it.
Hey, do. Russell Westbrook got 1,000 points on stage
Facts.
for all the dance moves.
Bro, he
I was
he was
just,
killing it, bro.
and I told Devontae this. I was like, I'm scared because like it's gonna be LA Juneteenth and people gonna be there, probably different sets.
No, not
I
with
didn't want
Kendrick.
nobody to be in
Not
a
with
Stucky
Kendrick.
situation. But that mo was love.
Yeah, but
so
no,
He's
with
the
long.
guy,
Kendrick.
bro. He's the guy.
Bro,
he's-
first off,
Drake
not
couldn't do
us
that.
picking up the conversation immediately after the end of the
We're
note.
locked in.
I'm so lit. I'm
we're
so
locked in.
lit
Y'all
about
didn't-
it, bro.
y'all
It was a
didn't
big
even, like,
moment.
Y'all didn't even care that we actually hit that real nice.
We did, we did, we did.
Like-
Oh, y'all hit it nice? I forgot because it was a big moment.
Right,
But anyway, my bad.
tripping. All right, so this week's Stucky Situation
female.
comes from a 25 to 34-year-old female, Black African American single.
Why is
That Black
African?
African crazy, bro.
What is wrong
Black
with Jeremy the Black
African.
African?
Black African American. I don't know because I want to say Black / African American, but I always like stop myself.
Yeah, that'd be too much.
Anyway, so here it goes. What's up, y'all?
Stucky!
It's your girl Tasha, and I need some serious advice. So check this out. I'm 30 and engaged to this amazing dude, Trevor.
Damn, she telling us everything.
Right?
Yeah, crazy.
All right.
I'm about to say, are these real names?
TT. Tasha.
TT.
That's wild. We've been together for 3 years, and he finally put a ring on it. Everything's great except for one major thing: kids.
She got some badass kids.
Baby's kids. I've always wanted a little squad of mini me's, but my man is dead set against having kids. He wants to travel and enjoy our time together without being tied down. I get it, but I don't know if I can let go of my dream of being a mom. What's going on with me? Anyway, we talked about this a lot, and it always goes nowhere. He always goes nowhere. I love him, but I'm scared and I'll end up resentful if I give it up for something important. We're deep in wedding planning, deposits paid, dress picked, invites ready. But I'm wondering if I should even go through with it. Am I tripping? Or should I pump the brakes until we figure this out? Keep it real with me, y'all. Should I get married and hope we find a middle ground? Or do I need to have some serious talk and possibly call it off? Help a sister out.
See, first of all,
It's funny.
Players wouldn't tell you this, but I'm gonna be really say what's on my heart. Let's take this chance and make this love feel relevant. Didn't you know I loved you from the start? Yeah.
when I think about you hit that. That was one of the best parts of the whole record.
Who knew we'd make it this far? Baby, yes, I feel it, baby. It's gonna want you to be my lady. Meet me at the... Oh,
No, yeah.
I got, bro. I'm so mad right now.
This is why I said you
I
should have celebrated.
paused because he was looking like... I paused because he was looking... I thought he was looking at his watch like, y'all wasting time.
Yeah, we are wasting time, but still.
That's why I told you not to celebrate early, right there.
I killed him. He's
No, you
dead.
didn't. He bit you. He came from the dead.
Corey said there's another one.
Oh,
He
The
chilling.
Mosquito turn your
Yeah.
ass up.
I
boy.
was gonna say, boy, that one.
All right, man. I'm going first.
Go ahead, bro.
First
Help
off,
us just out.
and I'll keep it short because we are a little over time. You should definitely... First off, congratulations to you and Trevor.
Mm-hmm.
Or
No, I think it's
Yeah,
congratulations.
yeah.
There's so much love there that you both decided to make a commitment to each other for forever.
that's big time. Yeah.
That is big time.
Yes.
There's two things I think you need to consider here. One being you're already thinking about it. If the answer for him is he never wants to have kids,
You got to be.
and
okay
you
with
want
that.
to have kids,
Mm.
the decision is easy. Doing it is not going to be easy. If you want kids and he does not want kids ever, you're not compatible. Sorry. If you are unwilling to move that needle,
'Cause that's a big one. That
Yes.
ain't no small little
you're
adjustable.
not compatible.
Yeah.
And you may love this man. You know what I'm saying?
And he
But
loves you.
Jasmine Sullivan said, "Just cause I love you and you love me." I don't even remember how to say it, but it doesn't mean that we're meant to be.
We mean
Okay?
to be.
And it might be here. But what you also said was he wants to travel and enjoy our time together without being tied down. Now, is that a short amount of time?
Yeah. Or forever.
Does he want a 5-6 year? Or is this a forever thing? Because if there's a time limit on it, and he's like, no, baby, I want kids, but like really for the first 3 or 4 years, I don't. I want to be able to live life, stack money. I want to live it with you before we introduce responsibilities that we have to take together. That's different.
I agree.
That you can still, with everything else you're talking about, y'all been together for 3 years, he put a ring on it, you got everything done, deposits paid, dress picked out. If that's the answer, you go through with the wedding. If he says, I don't want kids at all, take that dress back.
You
Go
better get
ask
them
for the deposits.
All of that.
If you can, because some of them non-refundable. Sorry, if you booked me, you're not getting that money back. Don't send them invites out. Go to your therapist.
Today. Not tomorrow.
Look, I'm retweeting all of that. You know, at the end of the day, love is love, and you can always love someone from a distance.
Jesus.
That's the kind of shit you watch from a distance.
I mean, you
Real
can
talk.
like it is what it is. Like love, like letting someone go is just as like a strong love as much as it is
100%.
being together. So
I agree.
But that is such an important factor in marriage. That's an important factor in being single. If you got kids, like it truly is important. So you got to put a lot of weight in that decision.
That's the biggest one.
Just put respect on that decision. Like if you want kids and he doesn't, he says, I don't want kids at all.
You're out of there.
Deuces.
I love you, but I gotta
Yeah.
let you go.
It's got
And then
I'm
if
a-
I 100% understand and I agree, like there's a great time, like there's a great way to say, hey, I want kids. I'm not even thinking about it right now, and I don't want to think about it right now. But in a few years, absolutely we can broach that. But there needs to be a game plan. Like there isn't a we can broach it, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. There is a hey, we can broach it, but it has to happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because even if it gets to the point, you're gambling if you're saying to yourself, well, in 3 years, we're going to talk about it again. And then when you get in 3 years in, he's
That's
like,
because you
actually, I
considering
want
that 3 years are gonna be the same consistent 3 years you've been knowing, and he gonna be the same person. You're gonna be the same. It's too much unknown. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real with you right quick. I'm gonna keep it real. There's two issues here. One being, first of all, to your point, if this turns out to be a successful courtship through marriage, and you guys go on to be an excitingly happy couple, I'm not kidding when I say more power to you, and make whatever you want to make in your life. There's just two really big glaring issues I'm seeing here. The one, obviously, you guys are bringing up. This is not one of those like throw it under the rug conversations and hope that it makes sense later on. Like, no, this
He
is
likes playing video games too much.
see, that to me is one of them. You know, y'all can figure it out later because that's not serious, right? But kids, bro, like legacy, like
This is a life path. Yeah.
that's right. The other part is we're the consistent. So this is why it's important to I'm gonna go Bible area for a little bit. This is why it's important to know the way you're supposed to be when it comes to your marriage. It's important how you tie it together. I see some backward thinking here. We're talking about him not wanting kids, but why can't we talk about? I'm not going to say that you're the person that started this, but why can't we talk about the fact that y'all have deposits made? How do y'all have deposits with a dress pick, invites ready to go, and the biggest point of your marriage is in the whim? You don't even know. You don't have an answer to that. That's a second. What's going? There's some therapy
This is what
in
the
here in
engagement
general.
is for.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Take your time. Why do you have any of that stuff done? You should be in therapy, both of y'all, together right
100%.
now, running it up every week, talking about that one thing until y'all get to a realization of one of two things. He's either going to give you a gap of time, of which can be adjusted, obviously, while y'all get married. Like maybe he at some point realizes, like, actually, I do want kids earlier than the 5 years. Maybe I do want to tap into 3. Or it should be, you know what, this ain't going to work. The fact that we're putting together and planning for something that's not even a real future right now is crazy.
Yeah.
This is crazy. This is like you're forcing the issue on a marriage, though. Like, no, so I'm actually, you know what, Tasha, I appreciate you for being vulnerable and sharing this stuff because, you know, you gave us your name, you gave us his name, you told us how much in love you are. I think you guys are massively in love based off of this. Yeah.
Where's his name? Where's that?
It's your girl
Trevor.
Tasha. And
Oh,
then
his
the
name.
amazing dude Trevor. And
Trevor.
Every time I see Trevor, though, I think, will you marry me?
Splat looking at him. Oh.
Yeah. Come on, bro. But no, seriously, I just think there's too much going on right now for y'all to be even. Don't make the leap yet. If there's any, I'm gonna just be real with you. Don't do it right now.
Yeah, y'all should pause.
Everything need to stop right now because this is not even a joke. This is a big deal, the biggest deal. I'm telling you from a place of being married with children. I get it now. It's the biggest thing you're ever gonna do. So just stop right now and figure it out because it will be. Imagine trying to cut the relationship off after you get pregnant.
Yeah.
While married, and he don't want them. And he gonna start changing on you. You're gonna start changing on him, and y'all got a divorce or something. Would you want that? No. You can just talk about it right now, iron it out right now, save yourself the headache.
Yeah.
For me, I'm gonna say you should marry him, and because
I love it. Tell him the truth.
There's two sides to this. You can not marry him and see how that route goes, or you can marry him and see how that route goes. For me, it sounds like you have a patience problem. Like, I'm not saying that you have an issue, but little words that you're saying is saying, like, we've talked about this, it goes nowhere. Okay. What was the other one that I saw? But I'm wondering, blah, blah, blah. Should I get married and hope to find a middle ground, or do I need a serious talk, possibly call it off? Call it off for what? 3 years. What was the 3 years comment?
Yeah.
We've been together for 3 years, and finally he put a ring on it.
Finally.
Hey,
There's a
that
tone.
boy-
I'm telling you, there's a tone
I'm using
there.
keywords
There you
there, and to me, it sounds like there's a patience problem. And who's to say? I mean, we could say, "Hey, I divorced him." There's an issue, but who's to say that? Something can change. He could have something. He could just sit in the car one day, listen to himself. Something epiphany. Something pops up in his brain. Say, I need to have a baby.
Yeah.
But you'll never know that moment if you divorce him or leave him or call off the wedding. Plus, you're already invested financially.
You're already deep.
This is a business. You locked in business wise. You didn't say, "Hey, I'm here to marry you for a kid." You locked in business. Yeah. Because if he had said he didn't want a kid now, he probably said it before.
Yeah, that's another point.
Because you said you had the conversation.
Good point.
So locking in business wise, because if we're talking biblically, it says your wife is first. Mm-hmm. So if we're locking in business wise, and we don't know for me, this is what I believe. I don't believe that this is what what's the word? Allegedly, they say that allegedly, some people aren't supposed to have kids. And we don't know what that thing is until you give it time. Time tells everything.
That's real.
So you just got to pick are you gonna pick the A door or the B door? Which one are you gonna pick?
Blue
But
or
you
red pill?
can. I agree with all of that. But you can also plan. If you
100%
know,
you
if
can
you know
plan.
where your path is leading and what you want for your path, it's like, bro, I know that even if we get to business, I want A, B, C, and the person over here is giving you D, E, F.
It ain't gonna mix.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if
You
if,
can't.
if that's
I'm
supposed
not
to be your
saying it ain't
husband,
gonna
aren't you
work.
supposed to? There's some things that you just have to. I mean, a kid is that is a conversation. Is it that? No, seriously,
That is
that
a
is a good
conversation.
conversation.
Yeah.
Like, is it one of those things that you do sacrifice?
Yeah.
Like mentally, your husband or boyfriend or girlfriend, whoever, they say, hey man, I don't want a kid right now. Is that, do you love them enough to sacrifice that? There's a possibility you might not have that kid.
I mean, but there's physical roadblocks like women, they have a ticking time clock, right? Like,
Fact.
I mean,
That is
men
a
do
good
too.
point.
Or men do.
That is a good point.
like,
Sure.
in
She
a
did say
sense, like,
34.
yeah.
She did say
Sure.
34.
So
but then
that's why it's
there's
such a
that.
heavy conversation.
Yeah, it's tough.
There's that. And again, we're talking about this girl staying the same way throughout that time. Most women do not, right? As they get older, stuff starts changing in their body too.
And she said she's 30.
You understand what I'm
That's
saying?
why I said,
She's
like,
already
she could be
getting close.
34.
Yeah,
So,
she's
yeah.
already getting close.
Speed it up, bro. She want a kid, cuh.
Yeah.
Give it
But
to
also-
her.
But also, like, another factor would be like, what if, he does say like, hey, 5 years from now, yes, I'm down for having a kid or whatever, right? And y'all are on board with that. What happens if he got injured and can't have a kid anymore?
Or you can't.
That is
Or
a
you
good
can't, right.
point. That,
Like,
now,
well,
that is a
but
good
here's
point.
the- but
another
there's a
aspect of the
difference.
conversation is,
Facts.
does the kid have to come from you?
But
There's
ma-
a difference of like when we talk about like marriage in general. If we both went in with the same game plan and where we want it to go,
Yeah, when hits come.
if the hits come,
Yeah.
I still married you,
Mm-hmm.
so we have to navigate these hits together.
Glide and
Mhm.
pivot.
It's different than saying maybe I'm gonna use my time married to try to swindle you into my decision.
Mm-mm.
To me, that's
tough.
where
Yeah.
it gets dicey.
Yeah.
That's where argument sets.
That's where the resentment comes.
comes in.
Yes.
That's where divorce starts to lie.
Mm-hmm.
Is, oh dang, you really only married me because you were trying to swindle me into something. You're trying to change who I am.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want them type of conversations. So really, you're gonna do what B Wood is saying. You either gonna get in or you're gonna get out and see what the time's gonna tell.
Yeah.
And honestly, these are just, if you've been having this conversation and it goes nowhere, I'm not saying give them an ultimatum. I'm saying you know what you want. And if this person says, I don't ever want kids, I don't believe they're compatible for you. You make whatever
Because you've
decision
already told
want
us what
to.
you want, so it's not about that. We just got to be honest here. Also, real quick, she said that invites are ready, which means that she hasn't sent them
Right.
out. That means you still have time to go to therapy, have this work. Like, don't overthink it. Go.
It sounds like my boy's stuck and stupid.
What is stuck and stupid?
It's a segment where a person, place, or thing finds herself in a stuck and stupid situation, and then we put them on the wheel.
Yes, sir.
You know. But Cori, spin that wheel.
So it spends a little bit longer this time. Let's see. Oh, got a little bit longer.
Okay.
That was good.
All right, I'm about to say, let's
Okay,
stop,
man.
Law. Is it stuck and stupid to let family or friends punish your children? That's a good one.
Stuck, yeah, boy. Don't
I say
touch my
stuck, no.
kid, boy.
I'm stuck in.
No, you
It
said
depends what-
punish.
it
You didn't
depends
say
what era
discipline.
I'm in. Depends
you
what
said
era I'm in.
punish. Don't touch my.
But
Listen,
you don't
Punish
have to-
doesn't mean
Punish can be
physical
anything. It
contact.
doesn't mean physical.
don't.
Punish can be in the timeout. Hey, go stand in the corner.
Oh, okay.
That's why I say stuck no.
It could be set on the fireplace.
But-
Okay, you sit me on the fireplace
So
every
maybe
second.
it's stuck in.
But I'm
or
not
is it
gonna
stuck?
lie.
Yeah.
I say stuck no, but I'm not gonna lie. First of all, I don't have kids, so maybe it changes when I have children.
Of course it will.
From the outside looking in, to me, I would be like, it depends on also the person.
Yep.
In the relationship. Yeah,
There's family and friends.
facts.
I don't want you saying nothing to my kids.
You better not come within 5
You
feet.
see what I'm saying? Because
That's right.
I don't honestly respect the way that you are navigating your life, and I don't want you to impose it on my child.
Yeah.
Now there are other family members who I would be 1,000% okay with.
Mhm.
He step out of line, she step out of line, they step out of line. Get them together.
Yeah, there's situations. If my child is within if I've entrusted my child to be within your
Tutelage,
environment
Or care. Just
or
Right.
care, yeah, sure, for whatever amount of time, that means I've entrusted you enough to act as me in that scenario per se, and I have to be respectful of your rules. Otherwise, I would not have chose you to be
Right.
in care of my kid. So when it comes to certain disciplines, like he needs to go sit down, you talking to him kind of stern. Hey,
Right.
Moose, to do it. I'm cool with all that.
I ain't cool with the hitting the kids. Don't
Yeah,
touch
that,
my
I don't
that-
care,
yeah,
and that's
yeah,
the point
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
making
that's
to
out of
you.
line.
That's the point I'm making
Out of
to you. I don't care who you are, mom, dad. I don't care. don't do it because you have to put in so much time. Like, you don't know the time I'm putting in to make this child be the way this child is, right? I'm giving him this space to create whatever he's trying to create mentally, emotionally, and all these other things. And it's very specific. And it takes every single day effort, all day long effort. You breaking that because you want to impose who you are in the moment because you don't have the skill set yet, or maybe you don't have any patience yet.
It's just patience.
Yeah, sure. Maybe you don't have it yet, but you're not about to break this mold, bro. Listen, touch my kid if you want to. Like that.
It's gonna be trouble.
I don't know,
it's a
but the
problem.
1 or 2 year old with the parents, I think I'm fine with the little pat out.
Well, I don't like when I go places with my kid, I'm there with them. Like, I don't do the drop
I'm
off
saying,
and go.
come on, you don't drop at the 1 or 2. You didn't drop off with the parents.
Ask anybody that knows me. If I go to my mom's house, I'm there with my kids. Yeah. If my wife goes,
Well, it's just more for me. It's just more of the moment. You know, you
Yeah.
just want to give them that moment so they can be, get it in.
And I know, and again, I know there are some parts of this is healthy to be able to drop your kids off and do it. As for me and my family, we don't see it that way. There's so many different things that we are trying to prepare.
Anything can happen over there.
Yeah, there's so many different things we're trying to prepare these kids for nowadays that weren't being put in front of us as kids. Now they have access to all these things that we have to prepare them for a little differently. I was able to spend the night over at my friend's house back in the day. I don't see my kids spending the night over at nobody's house.
Different times.
You see what I'm saying? It's not happening. But that's okay. If that
You live and get wiser.
So understand me. If that kind of decision can be made to protect your children now, and it sounds so crazy from our childhood because when we were kids, I mean, I'm spending the night over at my friend's house 3 times a week if I wanted to. Like,
Right.
not a problem. But it sounds crazy to say that my kids will never sleep over somebody's house, right? Well, that swing happened in my life. So imagine applying that to all these other places when it comes to my
Not
kids.
family. You're talking about outside of family.
No, family too.
No, I mean,
Nah,
I'm
y'all
talking
wild,
about, bro.
Like, you're saying that
I mean-
now when your kids get
No,
about 8, 9,
I'm
10,
not
they're
saying-
going to
I
their
think it's
cousins.
gonna be no.
They're going to their cousins.
I think here's what I'm saying.
Some.
Yeah.
Some. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
as long as it's some.
Because of the environment of what the family is, and we know that it takes a whole village.
Documentary coming out soon.
We know that it takes a whole village
Coach F.
to raise. That's what family's for sure.
Yes.
That's what family's for. But like when you have to think about also when you dropping a kid off somewhere, it's not only the parents. You got to do they have siblings or do they have
on,
kids that's
come
like, you know
on.
what I'm saying?
Who
I'm
comes
there to
to the
stay with
house?
you, but who's exactly? I don't be knowing. So when we talk about punishment aspect, sure, I think what I would do if I'm watching somebody's kids is, hey, what is your style of correction?
Yep.
Can you
That's
inform me
where
on
it's at.
correction?
Scenario.
That's what's at.
Who's your homeboy you always talk about? Starts with a D. Devontae, right?
Yeah,
Devontae. Say y'all had kids 8, 9 years old.
yeah,
And
he does.
I want to go to Devontae's house, Dad. You know, your kid's talking to you. Dad,
Right.
come on. Can I go to Uncle Devontae and go sleep with my go spend the night at my cousin's house? What you saying?
It depends on certain situation. If because me and Devontae, we know each other well, and Devontae
Yeah.
would feel the same when it comes to this. Devontae has multiple children.
Oh, he do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he rocking. Oh,
The man is a very upstanding man with a loving wife. Shout out to Nat. I love them. Very proud of them. Devontae would know that, like, hey, if this is going to be the basketball boys team nights, he probably going to clear the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Nat and the other kids might go somewhere else.
Mhm.
We have to create the safest environment that we can.
Period.
yeah.
If there's any high sidestep, I just can't. I don't care who you are.
On top of that,
Yeah.
hey, bro, I'm not above coming with you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm not above coming with you.
And guess what? I'm coming to pick you up. Like like
Yeah, like-
you gonna have to. You gonna have
giving
to be
them
that
cell
kid.
phones. Trust me, that I got the cell phones, got
No,
the
listen,
air tags.
Listen,
I'm like,
I got the air tags on the boy when
Yeah,
they
I'm
walk
like,
out the
damn.
house. They got an iPad, but that's at the
Yeah, I'm
extent.
tracking everything.
Yeah, well, that's at the extent. I'm not. At the end of the day, like the way I see life nowadays, unfortunately, because again, we didn't grow up like this. We grew up with the space to be able to trust people, right? It's not that I don't want to trust people, but I know the work I'm putting in is different, man. Our generation is not like our parents, right? We're putting in a certain level of work that's just different.
Now,
it's emotional
You
work.
had to break
I
it,
will
cuz.
say when they get older, you said 8 or 9, I think when they start sliding into that 14, 15, 16,
Of course.
even when it starts getting, because that's when it really starts getting
course.
dicey.
Yeah.
But at that point, you're talking about a brain that has developed to a situation to where there's logic and reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yes.
Right.
And even then, I'm
It's
sorry.
it's
like, I'm
still very.
Yeah.
I would
At
feel more
10,
comfortable
Abram
though.
was talking about girls, bro.
I already know
Like,
my
it's-
son.
Right.
My son talking about
But you
girls
have
now.
to. Here's
He's out here.
the psychology coming out of me.
Yeah.
For me, and it may be different for you. You know the work
Yeah.
you put in.
Yeah.
You're a father to your children.
Yeah.
For me, what I would be doing is I have to also recognize that they have to live life outside of my protection.
Sure.
I have to allow them to do dangerous things safely.
Sure.
100%.
So as much as anxiety is going to ride me, I still have to offer them some bit of rope.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull them back.
100%.
But I want to get to the point where they're able to logic and reason so that they know, hey, I want to go to Devontae's house. I'm finna sit down and be like, okay, cool. You can go to Devontae's house to, play with your friend or your little play cousin, as we probably would be.
Yeah.
But let me explain to you why there's times that I'm hesitant of you going over.
Yeah, there you go, communication.
And
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
more
it's
importantly,
it's communication, bro.
it's a relationship that you've developed with the
With-
parents
Yes.
and everything
Right.
else. Like,
Yeah.
like when
We
you over here
know
talking
him.
about you want to go to your cousin's house or whatever, like we've been in the game long enough to know, and this is half of what we grew up with, which is, when we went to our cousin's house or whatever, we were at an age, or there were so many of us that the older ones knew, go to this house and act accordingly, or else, right? So we had that logic instilled a little bit, right?
Mhm.
Now for us, we're at a point in life where we are developing our friendships from college, even some from high school or whatever, and so like I would love to have like some of my nieces and nephews come hang out or whatever, but it would never be established until an older age group where
Right.
the discipline or the punishment isn't even a thought. I'd rather like have my nieces and nephew come hang out when they're old enough so that I don't even have to worry about punishing them, because I'm gonna just snitch and then y'all gonna be on the way.
right.
Well,
like, I ain't doing that.
but like he
Like,
said,
all right,
it's
let me
the
call
way
dad real quick.
It's the way you
Come get
structure
him.
it.
I
It's the way you
think it's
structure it, like you
important to
said.
know that they have freedoms.
Yeah.
So you just have to. Here's my game plan, and again, it may adjust depending on
Yeah,
life.
it's gonna adjust, bro.
Yeah, like here's my game plan. My game plan is to allow them the freedom to make their own choices in a space where those safety nets are set in place that they don't even feel.
You're,
So,
you're
right,
managing it
yeah.
without managing it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, in other words, you want to go out to the club. When I was young, that wasn't. You're not going to the club. That's not a thing. But in my scenario, I might tell my son, enjoy yourself.
Jeremy, what might be called these parents? I feel like in school we have every generation has a different type of parents, right? You had the helicopters, you had the bulldozers. Because what you're describing
Mhm.
is a lot of millennial parents.
Mm-hmm.
What would that be?
A
Because it's
millennial
such
parent.
of like a, but no, there's like a thing, right?
Yeah,
Because like
yeah,
bulldozing was,
yeah.
I'm gonna get in front of your problem before I'm gonna take care of all your problems.
Yeah,
You have a bunch of entitled kids.
That was the dad. That was our dad's. Our dad's generation. The 50s.
Right, and then you had the hovers, right?
That was their kids.
Who are just in everybody's
They're just
business.
in
They weren't really
everything.
that protective. but they're
Right,
just in it
exactly.
all.
They kind of let you do stuff, but they
That's
wouldn't
the
let you be
helicopters.
independent.
I think that would probably be a mix of overprotective and helicopter.
That is a good one. But I'm overprotective, but I'm also I'll reason with him. Like, in other words,
we're saying like what is the combination of
Yeah,
all?
that's what I'm
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
say. Like I don't
know what I would
think
call it,
this
but-
this generation is more of a we could see. Like, how we couldn't talk to our parents back in the day. Like
It's not
we
happening.
I think this generation understands that you really have to hear your kids.
Like, my kid slammed my
Gotta
door
listen
today,
to your
bro.
kids,
He slammed the door today, leaving. And again, I know he's 4.
Cruz?
Yeah, he's 4, so he's full of
You
energy.
think Miles
right?
is slamming doors?
Yes.
Bro?
I don't know.
Man,
I'm about to
Miles
say,
is
Miles
a
strong,
big
bro.
boy. Still.
That
Miles
boy's
is a
strong.
gangster.
Hey,
Yeah.
Cruz.
Yeah. When I tell you Miles a gangster, boy, he's
Nah,
of
that
the
boy's
two,
strong.
he's a
boy.
gangster.
That boy's strong.
But no, Cruz, like today I'm talking to him. I just asked him a simple question. Hey, come here. Cause I ain't seen him all day. I'm like, hey, come here. He get to mouthing off.
Yes.
Okay, son. Listen, you're not in trouble. I'm saying come here. I just want to talk to you, man. I ain't talked to you all day. So he
Yeah, yeah.
he got a little attitude, come over there. What? Type thing. All right.
Yes.
Son, how was today? It was good. He starts going over it. And I said, so why did you not come to me the first time? He said, it's because, Dad, I was playing my toys. I just want to play my toys. So again, he's able to have this emotion. Back in the day, if I would have said to Mom or Dad, it's because I'm like in that moment.
Lips would have been on the wall.
Yeah,
boy.
That's the value. I think that is the value that we're gonna bring to the table.
Yeah, so it's like, what am I supposed to do? Tell him you're not supposed to go play with your
No.
toys? No. So in that moment, I'm holding him up from the emotion. Like, he was doing something to calm his nerves and to cope, and I brought him out of that.
Yeah, you
mode.
got him. You messed up.
Yes. So now he
Yeah.
walks away, and he's walking away. He slams the door again.
Right.
As we was going up, that door
You're
would have
done.
came off the hinges, and because I would have
Right.
snatched through it.
But there's correction there, and I'm sure you did.
Oh yeah, I went.
Yeah.
I immediately opened the door, told him to come right back. We had the moment, but it wasn't on some money
It's
beat
just
it
the
up.
way
Yeah.
you're not screaming, you're
Yeah,
not
no,
whooping, you're
immediately
There's
come
some
back.
correction
You're
that's like,
just talking.
hey, what you did, I actually appreciate what you did. You told me exactly why
Yep.
you were upset. And truthfully, if we're spinning it around, obviously there's moments where parents, you got to be the adults. It's your responsibility.
100%.
But on the other, these are little humans.
Mm-hmm.
So how many times when they try to come interrupt you and you say, what? I'm doing something.
Give me a second, son.
Right?
That's right.
So when we trying to do that, why is that not reciprocated?
Yeah.
They're
Come on,
doing
bro.
something.
He's
we've
testing
interrupted.
boundaries.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and some of them boundaries will be hard boundaries in which
Yeah.
you'll be like,
One day there's gonna be something you're gonna try, and I'm like,
Hey, listen, last thing, no, tell me you didn't feel like you were not even really mad. You were like, dang, he slammed the door.
nah. In
Like,
my
and
mind,
almost
I
like a
said,
your
happy,
first
almost like a
reaction
happy, like-
probably was like, what the?
No,
But I was like
it wasn't
lit.
any of
You're
that.
like, whoa,
It wasn't
like-
any of that. It was, to Brian's point, it was like, oh wow.
Yeah, like my boy slammed the door.
Yeah,
like, yeah, like,
exactly
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Exactly
yeah.
right.
I think
but I had to get myself into correction mode.
Right.
Like, because I was happy that he had an emotion in that space, because again, it means that you're comfortable enough to be able to get it across the line.
Yes.
to me.
Yeah, straight
Now I
up.
also know, again, some people can't and I get that. Like when we go out in public or something and he'll do certain things, I know he gets overwhelmed like crazy. So like he's we'll have to go test all that out later. But whenever there's a lot going on, he turns into just Tasmanian. Like he's audible, he's just 24/7. So I literally have this thing now. This is what I'm saying, and this is what I mean. This is the perfect time right here to talk about it. When he was like 1, 2 years old, having these moments, I would get frustrated because I couldn't figure out what it was. So in the moment, what do you do when you get frustrated? Cut it out. You're in that space.
You gotta be
Can't do it
patient.
no more.
So now, no, I literally come up to him and I grab him by the shoulders like this and I stare at him and I say, hey, focus on me, lock in right now. And he's going in, he's locked in. And I'm just locked in with him. Like, I know you can't release this red you see right now, so we're going to sit here till you come up out of there. Sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes 10, sometimes 15. We lock in right there. And then I'm like, okay, are you overwhelmed? He'll say, yeah, Dad, I'm overwhelmed. There's a lot going on. I know you are. So, we can't act like this, though. I had to walk you out the restaurant because you were doing too much. This is being rude. There's certain people that just want to eat in peace. So I had to walk you out. But do you want to go back inside? Yes, I want to go back. So we got to chill out. He'll start crying, go inside. We're not having that moment in my childhood.
No.
It's not happening. The second I start having that tantrum, it's acting.
You ain't doing the Marshawn
But you know
Lynch.
what it taught us? I said what it taught us, but some pieces of it that we learned
Yeah.
was that we had to be, we couldn't remove ourselves in a situation.
Come on.
And in any situation that we're in, we got to get right in that situation.
Yep.
Which then also leads to we bottle things up and we're
Come on.
so stressed out. Where he is learning, if I'm in a moment it's too much, I can remove myself.
It's very simple. Just walk away. Don't have
And
to
get
hurt
back
nobody's
to it
feelings.
later.
Come
Like,
on, man. Come on.
boom, boom, boom. Anyway.
That's real.
Cori, spin that wheel.
Oh, go to Swiss. Oh, dang. I want to hit this.
Yeah, I want to.
It's showtime.
Dang.
Dang.
Is it sucking stupid to lie to your kids? Oh, we're on a kid roll
Yeah, we
today.
are.
Oh,
We still
man.
got a kid.
And tell them they are good, or go for something even though you know it won't work.
I like this one.
What you mean go for something that
Yeah.
even though you don't want to
Meaning like
So-
try out for a team that you
Yeah.
know you're not gonna make.
So
Yeah,
I'll tell you where I got it from.
okay.
So Boosie, what's his son's name? The rapper.
Tootie Raw.
Yeah, Tootie Raw wanted to be an NBA player, but he's like 5'6", 5'4".
Stop.
But Boosie, I think, asked the question allegedly. That's my favorite word right now. But basically, he asked like, should you tell your kid like, hey, you're not gonna make it. You're 5'6". Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Or should you be like, hey, man, Blaza, you're good. You should try it out. Like,
Yeah,
Be a good
I'm gonna say
parent.
stuck in.
I'm
now, allegedly,
I'm on
I don't
the
remember.
and
I can't
too.
remember.
I'm gonna tell you
And-
why though. I'm gonna tell you why, but I'm gonna say stuck in.
Go ahead, Jaron.
I'm on stuck and just because for me, there's things you can learn from everything,
Mm-hmm.
and so like, man, you're 5'4" and you might not make it to the NBA, but all the training that you do and your
That's a good
passion
point.
behind it could, number one, get you to CBA or playing pro overseas because it's
There's plenty of
it's
paths.
easier, right?
Yeah.
Or it makes you a better coach. It makes you better something that gets you a different passion. For me, for example, we grew up in a household of, for the guys, it was football, basketball, and track, right? Like those are the big three for our household.
Probably basketball first.
Yeah.
But like those, it was that. Like, those are the options. Okay.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for me playing basketball, I would have never been able to transition into volleyball as easily as I did. Like there are so many movements that are symmetrical with basketball and volleyball that made me learn the game so much faster.
Yeah.
And so and I was like, oh, so when I need to step shuffle to pass, this is the same as if I'm getting low and shuffling for defense. Oh, when I need to run a slide, this is literally just running a layup in basketball. Like, oh, this is easy for me to correlate.
When I'm approaching the net, I got to take 2 steps.
It's
get a
just like I'm about to,
rebound,
it's just like I'm about to take a 2-step to go up and dunk. Like it's the same footwork. And I'm like, so you can, and I can take that things I learned from basketball and volleyball and coordinate those things in so many different other aspects of my life. And so I would say, I say stuck and because it's how you pour the information in is important. You're not crushing a dream. I think that if you crush a dream, that you're stupid. So that's why I say stuck. You had to crush a dream. But you can also say like, hey, train for this, but don't cut off any other opportunities.
Yeah. I say stuck in because, to your point, there's been really short players in the league. Yep. Period. So that means
they had a short stint in the league, but still.
No. Some of them had lengthy careers.
Some
of them had very lengthy careers. JJ Brea, we can go. The list is long.
Nate Robinson had a lengthy career.
There's plenty of people that were quote unquote undersized that played a very long time in the league. So just from definition, he's definitely not.
Jalen Brunson's undersized.
5'4",
bro.
No, 5'4" maybe a little like.
OD.
How old is he right now? How old is he?
I was 19, 20.
But he's really 5'4"? That's wild. Hey, listen, scratch everything I just said.
No.
You 5'4",
yeah, that just changed. 5'4" at 19 is a little wild. 5'4" at 19 is wild.
I think 5'6", 5'7" is the shortest.
But that brings me to my point. I think you can tell him like, hey, bro, you 5'4".
Thank you.
But you can be like, hey, if you want to do it.
It's being honest, bro. It is. If you are a parent, this is real.
Just tell them what is not going to happen.
It's not even that. This is real. First and foremost.
Oh, yes.
But how old is he?
Oh, hold on.
Because if he's 19, he's out of there.
No, if he's anything past 15, he's out of there.
Yeah,
don't
he's out of
matter.
there.
He's not growing.
He's 19.
He's out of there.
Okay, listen.
I was right for
that. That's funny. For that, you have to be honest here. But for kids who are growing up, the dream is not yours.
No.
You have lived and you are living your life and your dream.
And you couldn't do it, don't mean they can.
Your kids have their own dreams.
That's right.
I know. I be seeing this all the time. People will do a gender reveal and they're like, oh, he's about to be a basketball player.
Is he?
That man might want to play the fiddle.
That man might want to drive a dart bus.
Do you feel me? Whatever their passion is, that's where you lean into.
Yeah, don't stifle it.
You lean into that. And if they don't make it to the top of where they want to be, that doesn't mean they're going to land safely somewhere else in a place where they love. Like, you have to at some point too. Let's say they're younger. I want to play basketball. I'm good. And you're like, the kid's a little clumsy. Hey, it's gonna be tough out there. Okay, it's not gonna be easy. You might not have ran into a situation like this before. But if you want to go play basketball and do the tryout, then let's get a little ready for it.
It's the only way to do it.
I'll put it behind you. And then listen, if you don't make the team, guess what I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
That's okay. You didn't make the team. If you want to do it next year, the work begins today.
Right now. No, so I'm different. I'm going to say, you want to do what? You want to go to the league? Bet. I'm not even going to say none of that. We're going to do it like this. Next morning, 5:30, I'm in his room eating cereal.
Let's go.
Good morning. Well, you said you want to do this, right?
Then we got to put it work in.
No, but that's what he said.
Yeah,
you got to tell him, like, bro, you're 5'4", and the odds are against you.
This is what I be telling the kids in high school when I'm talking to them is, everybody who plays football, I met LaDainian Tomlinson today, bro.
That's lit.
Shook his hand, had a 6-minute conversation. I was lit. He's my goat. He's my goat, bro. He's my goat. Yeah. But anyway, he been my goat. I was trying to talk to him about the video I made like 2 years ago.
Please tell me you got a picture.
Bro, I was so scared.
Bro, it's not even.
He's there. He'll be there tomorrow. I'm going to try to go. Because it's his camp. It's Camp LT. It's his camp. Is everybody there? Nobody was taking photos, so I was like, I don't want to be the first person to take one, because what if it sets off the thing to like for everybody to take a photo? And it's really his camp. He's got kids there and everything else. So I don't want to be a distraction.
No, but I'm talking 6 minutes. I'm gonna shoot my shot.
No, for sure. But like Anyway, my point to all of that is basically saying, damn, I lost my point. I'll talk about LT. That's crazy.
Because y'all knew it was about
Hold
to
on,
tie
bring it back.
in.
It was about to. I'm about to
Dang,
tie it
hold
on.
on,
Lit.
y'all
I'm about to
remember?
tie it
Come
on.
on.
Lit.
Yeah.
I got lit, man. I got to
You
shake
were
my
saying
goat
it's
head.
like
You know what I'm saying?
kids' dreams are not yours.
Oh, they're not your
Yeah.
dreams and everything else. This is what I tell the kids when I'm at these camps or when I'm actually like coaching a camp or doing something else is I break down the math for them because they'll
Yes.
tell me
Mhm.
I want to go to the league.
No problem.
The
Yeah.
National Football League?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
Let's
okay.
talk about it.
I don't want to discourage you and say that you are not on the positive aspect of this mathematical equation.
Yeah.
But I want to show you the numbers real quick.
At Cori's Corner.
And when we break down that facts, when we break down the numbers, the question you have to ask yourself is
Is it worth
if it's 0.00067% make it to the league, are you a point of that percentage?
And not only that, are you willing to work
Right.
your tiredly butt off until you get to
Thank
the
you.
It's your financial
Thank you.
investment. So this is
Yeah.
what it is.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't do it.
Mhm.
I'm saying you think that all it is you're gonna play football. Some coach is gonna come see you. Then you're gonna go to college.
You're only
Some
gonna show up
coaches
to
That's
practice.
it. You're only gonna show up to
Yeah.
practice. You're gonna do pretty much what everybody else does. When the literal majority of people who even the people who you thought was cold, the people whose stories you're gonna tell for years,
Mhm.
they not making it to the league.
Mhm.
If you ain't doing more than them and you're not better than them, you're not making it either.
Just forget about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you ready for that? Are you ready
You
for that?
have to do that.
If
That's
you're
the
ready
only
for
way to
that,
parent. That's
facts.
the only way to do it.
If you're ready for that,
Let's
I
do
will
it.
put all of my time,
And
effort, and
money.
resources
Everything.
into pumping that in for you. But if you're not,
I can't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna still support you because I want you to do it.
I'm like, look, I'll still throw the money at you. It's just
Facts.
don't. I'm taking everything as serious as you're taking it. Now, here's where we screw up as like parents, though.
That's a good point.
You know, here's where we screw up as parents. What we'll do is we'll not spend the time early on to instill discipline, to instill logistical thinking. So what happens is they think that they can try 80 different things. Now, you're supposed to fail often and quick, and I get that. But you are supposed to have some form of what you're trying to accomplish in front of you. Not just let me try everything out. And this is where parents get discouraged. Because they say, oh, it's easy for you to say, Matt, but that's because you're not funding 8 different sports and da-da-da-da. No, because I'm going to make sure my son is trying to figure out his pathway the whole time. We're not just doing stuff willy-nilly to pay off. Oh, I'm doing this because I don't spend a lot of time with my kid, so let me just spend some money on his AAU because that's what he wants to do right now. After the second or third go around or something, and I realize he's not locked in on something, oh, we're going to have it. Hey,
Facts.
hey, sit down. Talk to me real quick.
This is an
You
investment.
didn't try this. You didn't try that. I ain't got that, but too much money now. Again, I'll pay for everything you about to do, but make it make sense to me while we're going through this many routes. If you can make it make sense right now, I'll pay for everything forever, and I'll just be broke. If you can't, we gotta lock in right now. What you got?
Or you're gonna be
Bro,
training with me.
lock-in,
'cause, you know.
lock-in's got to be the theme for these athletes nowadays, but they actually got to truly understand like what the word means, because lock-in means a lot for everything else. Like I was talking to the top 14s team. Shout out to 14 Black from Texas Image. They're going to nationals next week, or a couple weeks. They're going to Vegas.
Hey, Stucky!
Stay at the Caesar's Palace. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So they were, I was assisting and coaching them, and I was just pouring into them with these numbers. And I'm just like, before we go to this scrimmage, where these are 14-year-olds, and we were scrimmaging college players, so 18 and up, okay? Before we get into this game, what does lock-in mean to you? And are you willing to have me call you out on it when you don't do it? Very first point of the game, the college team serves. Nobody opened their mouth. Nobody called the ball.
Oh, you got
I said,
Y'all not locked in.
oh, okay. Start
They
over.
already lost. They already
Not
lost.
Start
locked
over.
in.
Y'all won this first set, and they're like, well, like, y'all aren't even gonna call mine. That's like basic. Raise your hand if you have a cell phone. Raise your hand if you like talking to your friends. Oh, so you actually have a voice. Use it. Like you
Y'all
gotta
not
talk.
locked in, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I broke down the numbers. Here's what it looks like when you give up these points. When you give up 3 points in a row. When you miss 3 serves. All these other things. Like, and then I told them about what is super important about this, about nationals and the division that they won, which is a high division, or that they got into. There's only 36 teams in the nation that are playing in this division. And all the states, 36 teams.
I mean, you better
Okay.
be out there saying mine.
And of those 36 teams, 10 of them are from Texas. So that so other states, like in terms of volleyball, all the other states hate Texas
Right.
because
They don't got too
Texas
many.
is football and volleyball clearly. And
And basketball too. Don't disrespect.
yeah, but no.
Hmm?
But like in terms of like how famous it could be, in terms of those big sports, football is not going to over trump basketball in Texas. I'm sorry,
Basketball's
basketball
not
Basketball's
over
not
Trump
taking
football at all.
Yeah, no, I think basketball is a pretty close second.
No,
we're talking about men's sports
Baseball.
for
I'll
that.
take
So
baseball.
yeah, we go baseball.
I'm saying on the
softball.
men's sport, football's number one, and on the women's side, it's volleyball
It's volleyball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in Texas.
And then I still would
100%.
put baseball and softball.
You think
before I would
baseball's
put-
over?
Yes,
Texas?
100%.
in Texas,
Over
absolutely.
basketball,
Texas,
yes.
So we've had,
Absolutely.
We're talking about New York,
we've had
Florida,
Duncanville,
Cali?
Wait, but hold on. We've had Duncanville High School basketball boys and girls for the last, I don't know, 50 years. We had Dunbar. We
Oh,
had,
so one school.
Right.
No, I'm talking about, and that's that. Oh, Southlake. We can go to
New
different-
Jersey, New
South-
York,
South Lake is not
Cali.
doing nothing with basketball.
These
Yeah,
private
they're not
schools in
doing that.
Cali, boy. What are we doing?
Wait, either way it goes.
That's
Was
an
it-
argument for a different day.
Yeah,
Oh, my bad.
What's
My bad,
important
Coach.
to point out is-
Coach F, my bad.
Yes, lock in. What's important to point out is the numbers help. There is promotion and growth with every single aspect, but it's all about the discipline that you have and learning that you got to do the stuff that what we talk about integrity growing up. Like do the things that people aren't asking you to do because you should do it. Like
Yeah.
talking, like hustling.
It's a lot
Like
of Dallas
effort.
NBA players. I don't know, whatever.
But yeah, but if we were to, if I
And that's
can,
just Dallas.
we'll do this off camera.
Mhm.
I pull up Texas players in the league versus other states.
It ain't pretty.
For basketball?
It's not that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It's actually not that bad. We'll pull it
No,
up.
I'm not saying it's not that bad, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying
It's not.
even if we were to take the people who were in the league and then take the caliber of players, bro, like we have
And then compare that to baseball.
right, facts
Yeah, what
or
do you
any
mean?
other sport that are like
Name some big stars out of
Wait,
here.
we not
Out of
Kay
what-
off
Cunningham.
topic.
Kay Cunningham. I was
I'm about to say what? Julius Randle,
Breaking into our
Chris
shadow.
Bosh.
not. You said, okay. The gap between Julius Randle and Chris Bosh is crazy.
I can go. I can keep going though.
The gap
There's
between-
NBA players.
We'll do
Yeah,
it
yeah, we'll
later
do- yeah,
because
we'll do
what
it
we
later.
have to do is
Yeah.
some shadow work.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we gotta do that right.
We got to do some shadow work. All right, y'all ready for this?
Let's do it.
This one might get a little deep, man.
Y'all ready
Hold
for
on,
this?
bro.
Like so.
All right, here we go. Shadow work with Cori. Think of someone you dislike. What traits in them do you see in yourself? You don't have to name this person, obviously on the podcast on camera, but just take a moment. Think about somebody who you dislike, and then what traits in them do you see in yourself? Here's the
already know it.
thing. Often, the reason why we dislike people is because they are mirror to who we are.
Our dark spots.
Exactly.
Mhm.
You see aspects of them that you don't like in yourself.
And they're just an easy target to shoot at.
100%. So think of somebody you dislike. What traits in them do you see?
I already know
yourself?
what mine is.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna say who it is, but and I'm working on this. So I'm identifying it out loud, but I'm also actively working on this, and that is just this spirit of bullheadedness, right? Meaning like I should hate saying this word humble out loud because I know when I say that all the woke gods will be like, oh, you don't say humble. You're supposed to be humble. You're supposed to be strong. Stop. Is that what God said, or is that what the world says? So like my thing is like being strong-headed is a trait that I don't want to have anymore. And when I see it, it affects so much. It's not just a thing where you're like stubborn in one area. If you're stubborn and you're like a bull about how stubborn you are, it affects a lot. You don't even notice it until you kind of back up and go, golly, you're right. I kind of been tearing up some relationships for the past few years, didn't even know it. So, like, yeah, that's my thing. Trying to run away from that bullheadedness.
All right. One of the light-skinned brothers on the couch.
Light skin energy.
I'm gonna go a little bit of the opposite of this version. So I'm gonna keep it in it, but for me, it's the inability to casually flow. So
Can't just go with the flow.
I struggle with going with the flow just because I think so much. I think of every aspect, everything along the spectrum of what could happen, what could be, what couldn't be. My brain just doesn't shut down, and so
Risk analysis.
like it's crazy, but that's exactly what it is. Like I measure the risk of almost everything, every move I make, every word I say. Like, what is the risk in that? And so, and not just one person, but people who can just be like, sure, I'll do it. Sure, I'll just fly to Cancun, or sure, I'll just do this or do that or whatever. And there's no planning. There's just I'm free to do whatever. I struggle,
Yeah,
and I'm definitely like trying so hard, and am currently working on that. It is funny because although I'm not talking about you, I'm bringing you in this conversation because yo ass will call me on a Tuesday right at dinner time.
This is a learned
and
behavior.
be like, oh, bro, we trying to go eat. What you want? You want to go eat? And I'm like, Bruh,
It's
if
a
you didn't call me
Did
at
you not
8
take
a.m.
into
to plan that,
context?
I'm
Hold
not.
on. Not going.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's a learned behavior because I think we all share this trauma of wanting to have everything itemized out in front of. Well, at least I'll speak for myself. I'm the same way. But over time, I've
I
learned
enjoy
through my
the
wife to be
spontaneous
different.
like that when you
Yeah.
people do
See,
that. I actually enjoy
it's
that.
not this. That's not that you don't enjoy it, right? Like, because me and you feel the same on this.
Mhm.
It's not that we don't enjoy it. There are some aspects of spontaneity that we do enjoy,
Right.
but we're also very calculated in the things that we do to day that it may feel or come across to us as inconsiderate.
You know why it does what it does for me in that same space? Because I feel like we think about the thing that is not being thought about by the individual who's just living life. So we end up having to do the thing twice that we don't want to do. For instance, if I think ahead and I say, I might be in the middle of doing something and I might turn on, let's say in the morning I'm turning the coffee pot on or whatever and it's going off. I might be in the middle of something and I'll turn the coffee pot down to low. I know that I turned it to low because, you know, she's in the other room or something and she can't hear it and I don't want the thing going off and waking up the kids. I turn it to low for that reason. Now, this never happened before, but this is an example. Maybe she comes out the room later and goes, well you know, whatever, turns it on high. And you're like, can you in that moment let her just have it on high, or are you going to be like me in that moment and be like, the reason why I had it on low is because
I have to explain so
yeah.
I have to. Just
I-
not to piss anybody off. I just have to tell you because you might do it again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because now you're
Right.
making me work twice.
I mean, yeah, it could be, but then
But,
you're
yeah.
really upset at yourself because
That's
you
right.
never communicated
That's right.
why you put it on
That's
low
exactly
in the
right.
first place.
That's exactly right.
It
But I
just
feel you.
provides so much anxiety to me.
Yeah.
And now, like I said, I've been, especially now, having moved back out here and like being around y'all and trying to get out of my introverted self and hang out with y'all more often. I want to be able to be a little bit more spontaneous, and I struggle with that daily. That I plan so far in advance that it's scary. But like the phone call of, bro, let's go to dinner in 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's a little
The
extreme.
anxiety that it gives me is outrageous.
No,
but it's
I
not
learned it.
just that; it's
Yeah.
so many other things in life. Like if I get that phone call, it's rough. I potentially could do it if I hadn't already done it, but like it's rough.
Yeah. Mine is. Oh, I'm about to say his name.
We know it's a he.
yeah. No, but it's the impatience, and I'm
Yeah.
impatient. You know, it's the impatience that he does, and I'm like, it doesn't. You know, it's not even really the impatience. It's the impatience that leads up to getting really, really frustrated to the point where you have to just explode, and you're like, explode. Like all that exploding is going to lead to what? You're still gotta.
I'm glad
Regardless of
you
whatever you do,
exploded.
like we still gotta wait on the check. We still gotta do this, or we still gotta do that, and you know, nobody got time for that. So me being impatient, I'm like, sometimes you gotta. That's why I told you, like, sometimes impatience is good. Like sometimes you have to use your impatience and get out of there.
Get what you need.
Get
out
what
of
you
it.
deserve. So that's why I say it's kind of like I dislike him for that, but he also taught me that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's I do see it in myself. I got to get better at it. too.
Cori's Corner. What you got for us?
For me, think of someone I dislike. What traits of them do I see in myself? And some of this is learned from my counseling background, but I will probably say manipulation. First and foremost, I don't care what nobody say. We all manipulate people.
It's
100%.
It's what we
It's a
do.
Human fact.
But I found joy in it, and that scares me something. Not to do it. I don't like to do it to people who like I truly love and care for, because I don't like to see them be hurt. But I do get sometimes joy from like just like there's like a feeling of power of
The finesse.
you did something. Yes,
It's the finesse.
It's the finesse. But then when I sit back and reflect on it, I feel disgusting. That,
Yes.
like
Yep.
I couldn't.
Because you could have just been. You could have just not
Right.
been that.
And there's nothing worse to me than when I find another finesser.
And they hit you, boy.
And they hit, but I can, now we're just playing the finesse against each other.
Come on, man.
Them and the people I don't like. And then I'm like, the reason why I don't like them is because
They're doing what I do.
They don't
they're
let
doing
you
what I
live.
do.
That's right. They won't
they're
let
doing
you
what I
live.
do. And so it's unveiling one of the things I don't like about myself, and I'm trying to work on for sure. But then it makes me think, now that I'm thinking about it, Kendrick, you should be asking yourself this question. You know what I'm saying? And when you get done,
It's for
you specifically continue to drink your tea, get some sleep, be well, Everybody else, come back next week. Get some shadow work done.
Bro, the way he falls asleep in that corner kills me every time, bro. Like, it's so bad. Like, that's gotta hurt.
It was like, you want to see a dead body?
If it's up.
There we are.
Then it's stuck.
Hey.
Hey.